Hey guys, Josh here from Mixing Mango. So the gameplay in the background is actually RS2 gameplay. It's really old stuff, but I wasn't really doing anything interesting on Scape. I was just doing agility, so I didn't really want to record that. So this is some old bossing clips you'll be watching now. But what I do want to talk about is Prestige and just talk a little bit more about it, because I mentioned it in my last video briefly, but I thought I'd do a fairly in-depth commentary about it. So I am actually against Prestige, and if I bring up the poll here, it's currently not going to pass. 62% of players, or 62% of the votes, do not want it. 38% do want it. So it's not going to pass currently. I don't even think they can make a comeback and make it pass. So it's not going to come into the game in the current form. The thing about the poll is, even if you vote no, I think they're still going to use the idea but just edit it. But they just know you don't want it in the current form. But there's a few reasons that I am against it. So firstly, the old high scores are going to be pushed aside, and they can't really do that. They said Prestige is optional, but then they're making it so they can't then make it so Prestige is the main high score. I think the old high score should be the main one, and the Prestige high score should just be a side thing, because it is optional. If it was to come in the game, it is optional, and it's not I don't understand why they keep changing this stuff. I don't know how long the high scores have been in the game, but you've gained XP past 99 since the beginning of the game. Why would they then sort of get rid of that, sort of move that high score to the side if that is a main part of the game? They just want to change a lot of it for some reason. So really the high scores should stay as it is and make a Prestige high scores, which is the side high scores kind of thing. Also, items will rise, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but basically, because if you Prestige Herblore, you're then starting from level 1 again, and so everyone will be buying up pots, and they'll all have a lot of money to buy all the pots, and that will cause stuff to rise, all the ingredients to rise, which means for these lower level guys who just started playing the game from level 1 Herblore, they aren't really going to be able to afford anything for a very long time. So it will make stuff rise, which is kind of good, but for new players it will kind of put them off. They can't really afford anything in the game. Also, the main sort of goal was to open up the high scores with the Prestige system, but really it doesn't do that, because essentially now it's just a race. But if you were to start Prestige from when it's released, if you then start the game a year later, after Prestige has been released, you're never going to catch up the top guys. So while you can't permanently keep a place in the high score, if you carry on playing, you're not going to be beaten by someone who's started a year later than you. So really it opens up spaces for people playing at the current time if Prestige was released, but it doesn't really open up the high scores forever. The top guys will always be top, basically, if they really do want a Prestige. Also, it's a bit too late. If they released this in sort of 2005 maybe, when there weren't many 99s, there weren't many people who had gone over over 30 mil XP, then yeah, I think this would have been a good idea. But now it's just people have 200 mils, a lot of people have 99s. It's just not gonna work for the people that have XP over 99 and a lot of XP over. It's they're sort of being cheated out, because that XP doesn't count towards a Prestige. And just the fact there is no goal with Prestige, which is sort of the reason people play this game, is to set themselves goals and stuff. But if you can just carry on going with levels, there's not really much point, and I can't really see why someone would want to do that. If you've maxed rune crafting once, would you really want to max it again, plus getting an additional 13 mil XP just to say you've got a Prestige? I don't really know. I don't know how many people would actually want to do this update, to be honest. So there's a few things that I think they should change if this is going to come into the game at some point. I'm not totally against the idea. It's just in the current form, I wouldn't see anyone doing it. Well, there wouldn't be many players doing it. It really just ruins previous achievements of like past 200 mils and that kind of thing, and XP over 99. So firstly, they should kind of just change the concept and make it so, because the thing is, the idea was to, like I said, the idea was to open up the high scores, but that is never going to happen. So really, they should just add this idea but make it so you can level if you want, but kind of don't include the high score side of it. So basically, just make it so there are 15 prestiges, because that will go all the way up to 200 mil. Or like, it won't be exactly 200 mil, but if you have 15 prestiges of 13 mil XP each, it's like you'll need slightly more XP to get to that 200 mil cap. But just do 15 prestiges, and it uses current XP. So basically, you get 13 mil XP, you can prestige, you get another 13 mil, you prestige again, and then if you currently have XP over 99, so let's say you've got 26 mil like attack XP now, if you prestige, you'll automatically be second prestige. I think that's sort of a better system, and it's like, if you want to carry on leveling past 99, then, because I mean it does get kind of boring, like I do miss gaining combat levels. So if you do want to level up, then you still got that opportunity, but you're not losing all your current progress really. Also, if they do bring the high score side of it, it should be a high score side. It should be a side high score, it shouldn't be the main one, the prestige one. And the final thing is, if you should get the ability of the 99, because the thing with 200 mils, it's like, it's not the same as prestiging, as in you've got the 99, you're not starting from level 1 again, and it's obviously a massive achievement if you get 200 mils, it's a lot of work. But if you prestige, possibly you should keep the abilities of that 99 that you've prestiged it in. So if you prestige attack, maybe you can still wield Drygores or something. I'm not really sure, like, because then it wouldn't quite work if you just use current XP for prestige, because then people could just like get to 200 mil and then prestige, it'll be 15 prestige already, but they've used everything at 99. So maybe just make it so you're leveling up and you can use like anything that 99 would give you. It's nice to gain levels again, really, because like, if I was to get 99 rune crafting, that is definitely a skill I wouldn't prestige. So something like attack, if I could use my Drygores and like all the weapons I have at the moment, then I probably would prestige combat, just because it's pretty fun gaining levels again. But yeah, like, what do you guys think of this update? Because I think, while it's not going to come in the game in the current form, I think they will put some sort of prestige system in the game eventually. But what are your ideas on prestige? Leave it down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later.